Yes, welcome back. Second term action here. Bond Uni 3-5-23, Beenleigh 1 behind. We've got some breaking news which we'll deliver in the first stoppage as the ball gets up along towards the forward line now. For Bond Uni, they press the ball inside the forward line out towards Merritt. He's got two players hot on his hammer and we'll go for a boundary throw in. But Chipper, we've got some breaking news on young Mitch Ollerenshaw.
Well, we do. The young fella you would have seen, those watching the first quarter, of course, young Mitch Ollerenshaw came off with what looked like not just a game-ending injury, but possibly a next season-ending type of knee injury. Well, I'll tell you, folks, I call him Lazarenshaw now, Lazarenshaw, because he's out in the forward half for the Bond team, ready to go again. He's out there, which is great news for Bond and great news for young Mitch Ollerenshaw.
And of course, he's got a good family connection as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. The nephew, we believe, of Ricky Ollerenshaw, the former Bomber, Essendon Bomber star and Premiership player, 1993 Premiership player, Ricky Ollerenshaw. Mitch is the cousin of it. It's Ollie Smart. He's racking him up this afternoon. Flicks it across to his Bond teammate. He drives inside with that left foot, laser-like, but it's going to go out of bounds as Benny Merritt.
It might be. He's going to remonstrate. This could get a little bit hot in the kitchen here at half forward. Just copped a little bit of a nudge. Didn't like the treatment. They'll work their way out of it now. We'll have a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket.
Don't mess with the Duncan brothers, Jens. Hey, Benny Merritt's taken on young Aidan Duncan and the captain, Johnny Duncan. He would have been flying from wherever he was on the field, I'd imagine.
We wouldn't live to see next year's season at all. Boundary throw in here, brought to ground there by the Bull Sharks there at ground level. Here's a high tackle taken there. And that's the great man in question.
Yeah, it is.
Lazarenshaw.
Lazarenshaw. Have a look at that. Nearly had his head pulled off. He got decapitated as well.
Nearly lost his knee earlier on and nearly lost his head. He plays on now, gets the ball going on to Kane Peters. It'll just fall up a little bit short. Fades across the face of goal now. Buffalo's now on the outer side. He might turn the ball over. Hand in there from Ollie Smart. Good don't argue there from Connor Pike on the outer side. Finds his teammate there in Adam Hall. Good pressure there from the Buffaloes there through Andy Suter. Hamill on the outer side, hoping to find his teammate on the bounce there for Jack Rennick. It wasn't forthcoming now. Big opportunity here for the Bull Sharks inside the forward 50. No talk. Both players went up there for the Buffaloes, and now they look to steady in their way.
Hakeem Kennedy, he's been good. Hakeem Kennedy across half-back in the opening stage of the grand final. Finds his Buffalo teammate there. He drives it long. It's a bit of a wobbly gong as it bounces forward. Bit of dirty ball. Buffalo with the chance if they get the bounce. Can't quite get over it. There's 3-on-3. They're a show. And now it's Buffalo's turn to apply the pressure. And they've done so beautifully inside the forward 50. And the young fella there from the Beenleigh Buffaloes will turn around the moment and identify himself. Number 3, James Fallon. Great pressure and a great tackle from him. He'll have a shot probably again, mate, because the wind's going that way, Jens.
Yeah, it definitely has picked up over the last sort of 20 minutes, really, to the right of your dial, or the right of the screen.
He's going to shoot from 48 metre mark. It's not a bad-looking kick. It's a mark to the Buffaloes on the line. I think it might be a little Calamity. He's no taller than me, Jens. Hey.
Look out.
5'0".
Jeez, hope for you yet, mate.
He's taken the mark right on the goal line. Terrific mark. He's a real uncanny goal reading sense in that front half.
He's kicked 19 for the season.
Yeah, he's a good little clever player around goals. Just a dinky little kick. Look at that. Calamity. Put your glasses down, son. That's a magnificent measured goal from the boundary. He's a right footer, Callum, of course, so he had to use the unnatural side. There as Calamity puts on the first for the Beenleigh Buffaloes team. They go to 1-1-7, trailing Bond 3-5-23. It's a 16-point ball game at the 4-minute mark of the second term.
Well, it's taken 36 minutes for them to get their first goal on the board, which is a good reward for hard effort. And just that good defensive pressure was something we spoke about in that first term, that the Bull Sharks were executing to perfection. Now the Beenleigh were able to do that themselves as rucks will go up again, brought to ground there from the Bull Sharks. They'll try and get the ball forward. Slippery as an eel as Andrew Cannon finds his teammate there in Goodburn. He pumps the ball along and he gets his man up forward with a strong mark And if you play in front, leading as well as he has there, young Benjamin Merritt, he'll go through and have his chance. And he's had a couple of shots at goal that he did rush Chipper. So now he's got to take his time.
Yeah, he has, Jens. And Benny Merritt, such a critical, integral part of this team. He's really the spiritual captain of this side. He's in his 30s now, winding down his career, but he's been a ripper for so long as he kicks on goal. I don't think he's made any mistake on this occasion, and he hasn't. And he slaps it through, and his Bond teammates come in and congratulate him as the Bond Bull Sharks kick their fourth for the afternoon, 4-5-29, leading Beenleigh 1-1-7, 5 minutes in, and just getting back to young Benny Merritt, of course the son of the great Rog, legend in his own right for the Bombers and the Bears as well, and living on the Gold Coast nowadays. But Ben, again, he's been a great player and a really loyal servant to the Bond Footy Club in recent years.
And it was a great lead there too, and that shows his experience, his ability to read the ball well. The ball was put in the spot, and he judged it the mark to perfection as rucks will go up again. The quick reply there from Bond Uni was perfect. Ball brought to ground there from Balm as so the Buffaloes try and get the quick reply now. Ball on the outer side. Hard work there by Ollie Smart. He concedes ground and he finds a teammate there in Kane Peters. He was told to switch. He objects and goes across the outer side. Hard work there from Fox. He brings the ball to ground now to Reece King. Left foot kick up towards half forward now. Ball still inside the field of play. Socket off the ground by the Buffaloes, and we'll see a boundary thrown in front of the scoreboard. 6.5 gone, 22 points of margin.
Yeah, just a nice evenly poised game at the ends. It's pretty important. 6 minutes in, both teams kicked a goal. Important, of course, with that deficit that Beenleigh, and for confidence, can hopefully get bridge that gap before half time. But in this occasion, it's actually inside the 50 for the Bond as Merritt had his kick smothered, and then another attempt by Bond puts it out of bounds and out on the full deep.
That was from Adam Hall, and had a really good game at half forward so far. A lot of tackling and getting his hands on the ball. Unfortunately, didn't make the most of the opportunity there, but he's getting his hands on the ball, looking very dangerous every time.
Yeah, you're right, Jens. He was good. They've had a lot of slick moves. They've got a lot of good medium-sized players. Bond that just all look like they're capable. They've all got like a bit of turn of speed, and a lot of left footers with noting as well. So we'll see how that unfolds. It's kicked out of the half forward flank there for Buffaloes. It's a tackle laid. Umpire lets it go as has been his want today. Good burn handballs to the teammate. That's out of bounds. We'll have another throw in. About 50 metres out from the Bond goal.
Goodwin involved in that passage of play there. Good burn. Probably one of the biggest big men on the ground today. Even Stevens there in the ruck as Ollie Smart sees the ball out of bounds. And you mentioned earlier, Chipper, that he's been getting his hands on the ball a lot today. It's unreal. It's great to watch.
Smart, yeah. Ollie, look, he's a needful. He's a draftable kid, Ollie Smart. I reckon he's not far off the very best levels, and he's playing this competition, being very dominant. Played in the South Queensland side this year as a result of that. And his mate in trade, Reece King. They're both two young guns, both 18-year-olds with a bit of talent. Speaking of which, there's Smart now, ropes it up again. He's got that Scotty Waters movement, the low centre of gravity through the hips as he drives it forward. Bit of a dirty
and that was
rubber
Hall
kick.
Again.
It was Hall.
The book's coming out here. The book is coming out. Report is going to be made. There's a little bit of how you're doing on a Sunday afternoon grand final there at centre half forward for Bond Uni. But a player's going to be carded. And a report has been made. It'll go that the incident happened against Adam Hall.
Yeah, and it's a Beenleigh player running towards him. He's got a bit of facial hair, just trying to pick him up.
Actually, there's a fair bit of remonstration there from the Bond Uni boys.
Yeah,
so yellow card.
We'll pick him up. The player in question is Suter. Andrew Suter was the one that remonstrated and copped, unfortunately for him, copped the card. I think it's a 10-minute sin bin, so to speak, or something like that, Jens. I'm not sure.
20 minutes, I think he'll be off the ground
20,
for.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's been doing some great things there for Beenleigh in this game.
Big strong body there. As Ollie Smart gets a handball, fires from 50 into a slight breeze, almost to the goal line. Comes down to Mitchell Lorenshaw. He nearly did it again, Mitchell Lorenshaw, as he did in the first quarter. It comes back out now, Buffalo defending grimly. The Buffaloes out to Ollie Smart again. This time though, it's three agencies here. Good He can't quite clean it up. Smart overruns it again. No one's really clean at this point, but on this occasion, it goes out through the agency of Duncan, who gives it off, and there's another fumble out of bounds over on the outer wing. We'll see another ball up there, Jens, and plenty of pressure.
I just wonder how that yellow card is going to unbalance Beenleigh as well too. That's going to hurt them too, particularly if they still want to play two defensive players on Brazil.
Well, I think he was replaced though. I don't think it was. I think he was actually replaced when he came off like an interchange. We'll have to just double check that.
We'll see how we go, as we should see another ball up there. But that sort of does upset the structures a little bit. But I mean, speaking of Brazil, he hasn't had a kick today. Well, he's had a kick that was smothered. That's about the extent of his participation so far.
Yeah, no, that's right, mate. He's had no influence on a game where Bond's been a bit dominant. Jack Jones is doing a terrific job on him down back there. And just noticing that Beenleigh going a bit defensive with an extra defender down there, hoping to get some drive with the extra numbers as they just butcher it. If you're going to have an extra defender behind, boys, you can't go and just butcher it forward if you don't have the numbers. As it comes out to Smart on the wing, on the left foot, mate, he can kick it left and he can kick it right. Look at that, beautifully to Ben Merritt. 60 out, he drives it, a measured kick inside, and it's a silly free kick, young man. Bryce McGregor, unnecessary, didn't need to do it, young fella. And it's going to give a shot to that man in question.
Yeah.
Brazil will line up. No, he won't. No, he won't.
Oh, no.
No, he won't. It's Lazarus. Lazarenshaw. He gets it. Look at this. The young fella, and I think it was his left. Yeah, it was his left knee that he hurt. Oh, a bit uncertain, a bit wonky, and he's copping a barrage from the Beenleigh supporters right on that flank. Probably put him off a little bit, the young fella, and still probably dazed, mate, after we thought his season was over. But anyway, it's a reprieve for Beenleigh as it goes forward, driving, and the wind's taking that right out in front of the commentary box and the coach's boxes there for Bond. And we'll see a boundary throw in right in front of us here with young Balm and Goodburn to do battle.
So Rucks will contest here in front of us on the commentary side. Ball picked up beautifully there by Goodburn. Handballs over the top to Fox. It's picked off there by Kane Peters, and up and under kick, trying to make it rain. Good courage shown there by Jay Meany, but he can't quite get his hands on the ball as it's carried along the corridor now. Handball dished out now to Zingelman. Zingelman finds his teammate there who was on the wrong foot. He recovers well. Right foot kick. Goal! Magnificent end-to-end transition there from the Buffaloes, and they got the goal they so destined to need. And I think that was James Fallon.
No, it was Calamity again.
Again, number 2.
Kicked his second. He's kicked the team's total at the moment, 2 goals. They go to 2 goals, 1-13, trailing Bond 4-6-30. It's a close game, or it's certainly closer than it was, and magnificent work. We spoke about this kid. He's not much of him, Callum Eddie, but gee, he's got a great low centre of gravity. He's quicker than he looks. And he's clever on his feet on that occasion, just shuffled the hips just enough to elude his defender and shake him off, and then snap truly, and 2 goals to young fella. Buffaloes, back in it. Yes.
Just the momentum they needed. Some good hard transition work there from Zingelman that set up that goal as they try and generate another, as Kennedy, he's feeling a bit worse for wear in the middle of the ground now as Crosby trying to get his hands on the pill. It's taken there by Jack Fox, who dribbles the kick up towards half forward now. Handball dished out there from Ola Renshaw. A kick up towards half forward now. Good spoil there from the Buffaloes. So they try and carry it out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in. And just a reminder, of course, that we did see one of the players in suit who was yellow carded before, and he has been put on report.
There's young Kennedy's coming off the ground. He caught one in the old
southern region,
yeah,
mate.
That's it, mate. He's coming off the ground for a little bit of a breather. It's Balm. Good work from him. He's like a little ruck rover the way he grabbed that football right in front of us here. Reece King smashed in the ground. Braden Eddy coming up. The Buffaloes have found some energy from somewhere as Declan Gould is thrown off the ball as he kicks it. But young Jacob Zingelman, they've found a lease of life, Jens.
They certainly have. They're up and about. But then they turn the ball over now. Nathan Thomas finds a teammate by hand. He bombs the ball up towards the commentary wing. Good use of the body there by Goodburn. He gets on his bike. He wheels around. It's 3-on-3 contest. This might suit the gun forward. And a strong mark taken there.
Brazel.
Oh, he's got to go back and kick this now. It's his first major chance, and of course we're on the Brazel bandwagon today.
Absolutely.
If he can jag 5, kick the ton. Just add a bit more romance to the day of this grand final.
Tough kick there from this spot, this pocket. Jens into a stiff breeze. He's going to kick it from 47, 48 metres.
He's got to aim for that left-hand point post.
He's no chances, he is.
It's grand final day, I reckon
he is the leading goal kicker in the competition, 95 goals. Look at this.
Well, he aimed for that left-hand point post. It was the right idea, but the wind.
No chance.
Didn't put any money on it. Saved your money.
Oh, look, it was a tough kick. I reckon Tony Lockett might have struggled to kick that one. It was deep in the pocket. Had to kick it a fair way.
He had to sort of go on his right and try and get that extra distance, and the hook affected the kick as the Buffaloes now straight down the throat there of Brazel. If he gets on his bike now, there's a vacant goal square. He plays on, right foot kick. It's a helicopter, one that'll land about 15 metres out from goal. Kick smothered. Good pressure there from Buffaloes. Chance here for Hall. Handball's back now, finds a teammate. Sofa standing start. Great goal, Andrew Cannonberg. He's second. And that is Bond Uni's fifth. Game margin back out to 21 points at the 15.5-minute mark.
Well, we're getting some excitement now, Jens. I'll tell you what, just as the Buffalo Bills have fired up and started to find some confidence and zipping it around, Bond reply immediately. Brazel gets a couple of touches, hasn't even been in the game until halfway through this second quarter, but he looks like he's found some confidence, and all of a sudden we've got a ripping game on our hands at the moment. It's fantastic as we get a vocal bench right beside us here, Jens. The Bond boys. Anyone think it's a grand final? It was a premiership at stake, mate. Goodness me.
Well, hopefully we get this sort of feel in maybe 2 quarters time when we've only got about 10 minutes to go and action's a little bit closer. The intensity will sort of lift. We've got a fair bit of intensity at the moment now as Goodman brings it down to ground, but it's picked off there beautifully there by Declan Good. And a free kick will go towards the Buffaloes. Advantage not paid, so Good.
It's bouncy. Declan Good's got some bounce. He's the boy that flew for those 2 ripping marks in the first quarter. But this is Hall kicking it now. Mark had a great season for the goal scorers there, I reckon, Jens, but he's kicked some really gold. Mark Nolan, and he's found the man of the moment, Calametti.
Well, he's turning this game on its head.
Calametti, the 5'2" full forward, mate. He's on fire. I can say that about Callum. Similar heights to young fellas, short fellas, we appreciate that, mate. No disrespect.
The best forwards are small players, aren't they?
Of course they are, mate. Hey, good small man always beat a good tall man. Jens, you know the story on that one, mate. As Calametti, he's going to come in, shoot from 30. He's been a dead-eye dick so far, and he's allowed for the win, but just pulled it a fraction and hits the post as it comes back with that breeze. Calametti, that would have been a handy little one 17 minutes into the second quarter as Beenleigh have breathed some life back in this grand final, and they're looking to come, and they need to just make the most of those opportunities as it comes down, punched away. Kept inboard there beautifully by the Beenleigh lad there in Jonathan Jennings. And the ball is over the boundary line out of bounds, and it's Bond's turn to defend. They've sort of answered every challenge so far today, Jens, the Bond team. But Beenleigh is certainly coming at it as we speak.
Absolutely, as rucks go up again. Ball slipped out the back, handballed over his head there was Dan Baum, and we'll see a boundary throw in. Left half forward, or right half forward for Beenleigh. They're coming, but they just need to generate something now, and they must get a goal in this passage of play. It has to happen, but it's not going to happen as Brazel, he's come 120 metres up the ground. You wouldn't think that he'd be the gun forward in the competition. He's got 95 goals. He kicks the ball up towards the commentary wing, looking for Merrick. Good spoil there from his opposite number there. Good bump there as good work there from Singleman. He's going in again. Handballs the ball out towards the boundary line. Mitchell Laurentiis involved in that passage of play. Kick along the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick will go to Beenleigh on the centre wing commentary side. James Fallon. He'll take the kick. lots of one-on-one contests, so he's probably just going to have to go down the line. But Goodburn, he was there. Dangerous kick, very dangerous. Has wrapped up there was Cannon. And we'll see a ball up. They can't be forward to turning the ball over. Chipper at that area of the ground.
Oh, they can't, mate. It's been a few mistakes made. The heat of the battle, it's a grand final. Both teams giving it their all and crashing in. And, of course, the breeze is quite swirly, mate, and not helping for clean possession as it comes back down again. Another strong tackle. Both teams really applying terrific tackle pressure this afternoon. And no fear or favour. They're all going in there as we have a new ruckman here in Mitchell McMillan up against Goodburn, and Goodburn clears it forward onto Hall, who bangs it inside 50.
A big opportunity here again, here for the mighty Bond Uni side as Goodburn squeezes the ball around the body. It's taken here by Beenleigh. Kick up towards the commentary ring. Players are going to fly. As the ball comes out now, the back now to Renix. He finds a teammate here in Mortimer. First time we called him today. Goodburn out now to Pike. A kick up towards half forward, taken out there, blindsided by the umpire. I think there was Brazel. He looks at the umpire and says, "What about that one?" The umpire says, "No, we'll see a boundary throwing at half forward."
Yeah, well, good to see a bit of footy on the outside of the ground, of course, and of course all the support, most of the support today is on this side of the ground, so it's good that the players have recognised the fans and playing the footy in our quarter, as well as the commentary quarter. As a kick across the body from Beenleigh goes out of bounds on the full, and young Renix, is it? No, it's Blair Mortimer, will take the kick. You can see it holding up in the breeze as he kicks it. It's a good 2-3 goal breeze into the teeth of it as Pike is ridden by James Fallon into the ground.
Yep, and the umpire is saying that it was locked into him?
Yeah, no, it was a fair call. Look, I mean, there's plenty of fans out in the outer disagreeing, but again, as we've said all day, Jens, you got to just let the 50-50s go on a day like today. As Brazel and McMillan go for it in the ruck. Brazel tries to do one over the shoulder. Reece King wraps up his Beenleigh opponent there with a tackle. It's another ball up right in front of the faithful there on the left river end wing, half flank spot. 45 out, and they go up again. Brazel, McMillan. They're all. It's a bit of volleyball going on. Yenzi, look at that. As Johnny Duncan, the captain of Beenleigh, kicks it. Just a cute little kick, not the one you'd want to see. You need to just get it on the boot, Jens, up on the wing and get some yardage away from goal. And it's going to be another bowl up or throw in, 50 out from goal.
It's going to be tough here if it was well for Beenleigh if they try and clear the ball out on this attacking side. They've got Goodburn who's filling the hole, so they're going to have to be creative if they're going to clear out as the ball kicked around the body there from the captain, Marnie. And I think it's a good move from there from the coaching staff as well. Goodburn clearly the standout player on the ground in terms of the height. If he's not in the ruck, he's still playing a good defensive role.
Well, they've got the forwards in Brazel and of course Benny Merritt can both ruck adequately up forward. So Goodburn only needs to play 2/3 of the ground, which is what he's doing. And here he is right now over the back. It doesn't come to him, but he's got other teammates to help out. Apply the pressure, give it off now to Ollie Smart. And there's the man in question, Goodburn. Gee, we'd be great coaches, wouldn't we, Jens, if we were setting up. As he bombs it inside 50 to the towards Benny Merritt, can't take it. There's good tackles on Merritt's back in amongst it again, and as is his direct opponent there in Bryce McGregor, bobs up, and we're going to have another. This is probably the 6th ball up, Jens, in the last 90 seconds in that 45-metre zone.
We've seen that a lot lately as Merritt, he's taken straight away, and they just keep racking them up. We've seen 3 goals for the quarter, but countless stoppages. With the first quarter went for 32 minutes. This will go around that mark as well as Merritt belts the ball forward, trying to find his teammate there in King, but it's taken there by the Buffaloes as they try and negotiate the ball across half back. Now here's a big opportunity. The game is starting to open up now. Out to Hingelman, bounces in front of him, just couldn't quite get the bill there. He recovers well. These efforts have been exceptional. He's working hard. Good work there from Mortimer. And he finds Goodburn. Goodburn now gets the ball on now into his teammate, and he turns the ball over. It slips through the fingers there of Fallon. Holding the ball, free kick, it'll go to the Buffaloes.
Bryce McGregor gives it off to James Fallon. James Fallon drives inside 50, but it's Goodburn, the big fella, playing that kick behind the play, and it's paying off at the moment for Bond. He's had 3 touches in the last minute or two as it comes off. Good pressure there from the Buffalo Bills as it gets driven out there through the agency of the Bond defender. Comes out, Fallon, flicks it off, can't clear it. Lazar Renshaw, he can't get rid of it. Benny Merritt's a cute little dinky little kick to the captain, Steve Marnie, on the trusty left. He fires it in, it's a beautiful kick. Adam Hall, it's a slips catch. He goes on, he's got the running Ollie Smart. He's clear, he's got yards clear, he's 20 out, he'll shoot for goal. Ollie Smart and the Bond Bull Sharks celebrate a magnificent bit of play on the central wing. Transfer on transfer, and Ollie Smart, well done son. A good finish into the breeze, and the Bond Uni Bull Sharks are 6-6-42, leading the Beenleigh Buffaloes 2-2-14. It's 25 minutes in the second quarter, Jens, and by gee, it's an exciting one.
It certainly is. That play started with Goodburn there. Playing that kick behind us, you've highlighted as we've discussed in the last 5 minutes, and they were able to transition the ball forward. The speed to burn here from Steve Marnie was electric. It opened it up, the transition from half back right down to the forward line there, and that's hard when you get the overlap happening there and the opposition to push forward. To find that space is remarkable, and they get ready to go again.
Yeah, no, it's good, and good players involved in that whole chain. On this occasion, Goodman wins the knockout, but it's now that man in question, Andrew Suited, back on the ground. He gets it out. They probably sorely missed him. He gets that first display off the halfback. Comes back now into the Bond player. He's kept it just inside. No, he hasn't, says the umpire, as Mr. Jack Renix jogs off in shaking the head because he thought he was off and away there, and it wasn't. So the Buffalo Bills with a chance here, 60 metres out from goal, as Big Goodburn punches it forward. He's infringed as Barmy. No, Goodburn's infringed Barmy. So Barmy will take the kick. He goes wide, and not a good option. Not a good option with that breeze, and he miskicked it as well. Unfortunately goes out of bounds.
That's pressure of grand finals, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. Kick it to a 50-50, tighten the bounds with the wind. Just no percentages in that. Just kick it to the hot spot, Jens, no doubt. But anyway, what they do get is a stoppage, 45 out from goal. Barm, front position, good tap down there, young fella, into the captain, John Duncan. Gets his head half ripped off. Umpire lets it go. And a couple more Bond tackles, and there's a little bit of how's your father here with the young Zingles v Jay Meaney, who we haven't called either today. Just going blow to blow. Goodburn punches away.
A free kick will go for an infringement there, and it'll go to the Buffaloes.
Barm again.
Yeah, so Barm, well, we had an effort a couple of moments ago. You just need to put it up towards the hot spot there. We'll just put it long towards the top of the square. It's going, and the wind is starting to pick that up, and it goes out of bounds on the full. And we'll see a free kick.
Yeah. Just again, that was, and look, and without picking on young Daniel Barm, but both times he's kicking with his right foot on the outer side where the wind's blowing, and not adjusting to allow for it, unfortunately, and just gone over bounds each time, and as showed by the wind there, Bond have done just the same thing as well. You've just got to allow for the conditions, lads.
Bring it up towards the corridor.
Yep, just go on the percentage side. Don't try and be too cute. Even the greatest of AFL players would struggle to hit their targets in some of that wind, as Jack James is the one who's come up from full back. Done a good job on Brazil today as Jack James. Holding the honours as he too goes, and again the wind, it's still deep in the pocket. Goodman with a big clearing defensive punch goes out of bounds.
They need to be just a little bit more innovative. Don't be so predictable, because naturally as soon as the ball's kicked forward, players are going to gravitate there. It's going to be hard to get that contested mark. You don't really achieve anything out of that unless you're hoping to generate a stoppage. But again, there's probably about 20 odd players inside this attacking line for the Buffalo. The Buffalo side are under a bit of pressure there, and we see another stoppage. We've ticked on 28 and a half minutes. There's still more time to go. We've seen 4 goals for the quarter. The first quarter went for 32 minutes. As Rucks will go up again. Goodburn brings it down the ground, finds a teammate there in Fox. Kick partially smothered hard up there on the boundary line in the forward pocket there. Buffaloes will see another ball up.
Just the pressure by both teams is really good, but Bond just won't allow that opportunity to score for Beenleigh today. They've just been a little bit better at that. just making sure they don't, even when they get their chances up there. And on this occasion, look like they're going to clear Bond again. Good pressure from young Zingelman, and we'll have another.
He's been great for them, hasn't he?
Yeah, Zingles.
Yeah.
He has, mate. And the headband that look, he's chosen the red, white, and black headband. I'm not sure whether he's trying to attract the votes today, Jens, or not, but he's certainly attracting our eye.
It's ball inside the forward line here for Beenleigh, and the ball goes out of bounds again. But I think Beenleigh would be very, Bond Uni would be very happy with this.
Well, they've outscored. They've outscored into that breeze, haven't they? Which is sort of just win the quarter.
Rucks will go up again, probably for about the 8th time in the last 3 minutes of plays. Beenleigh now kick around the body, and it's taken through for a rush behind. That was off the boot there of Mark Nolan.
And Mark Nolan, of course, the leading goal scorer for Beenleigh this year. He's been a revelation, a small forward. Again, they've got a lot of good Calametti and, of course, Mark Nolan, good small forwards. Haven't seen much of Mark Nolan today. They need probably a little bit of a lift from him. It's Jack James, a contested footy. He charges in, and I think that's young Clark trying to lay the tackle there with the ponytail. Or if it's not Clark, it might be Barm. It is Big Barmy. Doing a good job in the ruck is Daniel Barm, the son of the South Queensland trainer for the last 4 or 5 years, been Big Barmy. Daniel's his son and done a good job at Beenleigh this season.
Bull Sharks under a bit of pressure now, trying to clear the ball from half back. Brazel goes up forward, he's wrapped up there, handball's out now to Goodburn, looks around to Crosby, right foot kick on the boundary line, oh good courage shown, who's now at ground level, handball, shove it up there from Beenleigh, umpire calls play on out of this contest, hard work there from Jay Meany, play taken down the ground, behind the play was Farrad, and now we've got Andrew Suter, he's a little bit worse for wear. Umpire's going to call time off.
He's looking a bit ordinary too. Just right in front of us here, Jens. And
maybe a cork knee, sort of just driven in the ground there.
Yeah, he's in a bit of pain. So again, a little bit like the Mitch Renshaw in the first quarter, where he's really struggling to put weight through that knee. So hopefully he can bounce back from that.
Hopefully it's just a stinger.
We won't call that a game ender.
No.
After our first quarter faux pas.
Right off everyone now as the ball goes up towards our forward. They're at ground level. Hall sees it out of bounds. We'll see a throw in.
Gee, we've had some stoppages. I think, as you said, it's 31 and a half minutes, but we'll probably go for 33, perhaps 34, given the amount of stoppages we're getting in the windy conditions and hard tackling conditions. We're getting a lot of stoppage work. Both teams good at it, as Barm probably infringed. Reece King with the left foot. It's an inside-out torpy towards Merritt, 1-on-3. He can't quite get it. Hall, who's been good, the bustling Hall, gives it off. It's a great little exchange here as Bond go for it. And the big fella there in Andrew Cannon. It's Andrew Cannon again. He's kicked the third goal. His third goal for the afternoon, Andrew Cannon. And he becomes the leading goal scorer on the ground with 3. And the Bond Uni, of course, kicked their 7th. They go to 7-6, 48. Leading the Beenleigh Buffaloes 2-3-15. It's a 33-point margin, and that's the last thing that Beenleigh needed really before the half-time siren, 32 and a half minutes in. They really needed to get the next goal, Beenleigh. Unfortunately, Bond was just a bit too slick in that exchange. Again, those transfers inside 50, Bond just seemed to have a couple of extra things up their sleeve.
Not surprised how that unfolded there, because 3 defenders went up, and then there was more players that went down. And that's how Bond Uni were able to manufacture that goal. As Goodburn handball the ball out. It's taken here by Fox. Fox puts the ball up towards Brazel. Bounces over his head. Is that Cannon again? Left foot kick. Shot at goal, and it goes through for a minor score.
I think that was all of us. Oh no, it was Alex Crowe, the young 18-year-old Alex Crowe. Gets an opportunity to go. Couldn't quite do it. Goes over the back. Is this Beenleigh's chance before half time? Oh no, it's a terrible turnover. A little dinky 10-metre kick that went nowhere. As Mortimer, he's smothered. Here's their chance now, Beenleigh. Can they use it? Declan Good kicks it over the back now. They've got the numbers, but they haven't got the footy, unfortunately for them, as it comes out now through the agency of Wyatt Bacon. And he just kicks another ball that bounces. This turnover after turnover at the minute. It's an important stage. Calametti, he releases it. Jack James out onto the wing. It's frantic and they need to score somehow, but it's another turnover we see.
As the ball is taken here by the Bull Sharks across half-back. King breaks the lines with a left foot kick. Looking for his teammate. He's got a couple of options there. Strong mark taken there by Peters. They can get another one here. It'll be devastating here for the Buffaloes as King wheels around on his left foot. Something big's going to happen here. Ball hits the ground. It was a free kick. That was the climax we were hoping for.
I thought it was going to go the other way. The other way then. Stevie Marnie copped a good old push in the back, but nevertheless it's Beenleigh. They get another chance. Mark Nolan shoots a goal from 127 metres out and doesn't make the distance, unfortunately for him. And at half-time, we see the scores. Bond University Bull Sharks 7-7-49, leading the Beenleigh Buffaloes 2-3-15. It's a 34-point ball game at half-time of the Division 2 Grand Final ends.
And let's just go through the goal scorers just quickly before we wrap it up. Andrew Cannon's kicked 3 goals for the leaders at the moment. Singles to Ollie Smart, Reece King, Mitch Olorenshaw and Ben Merritt. And these 2 goals that have gone through the boot, Beenleigh has come off the boot of Calamity. It is half time. We've got the Premiership quarter coming out next. Lock it, hold on to your seats. This is going to be a great game. Division 2. We'll be back with more after this.